Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy, Cali Katana. Okay, so this video is going to talk about Bike Week. This is a series. I'm going to have different segments of it, of this topic. So, there's going to be some ideas that I've used and I've seen other people use to save money for Bike Week. Now, like I said in the previous videos, that different bike weeks is a little bit different. I mean, it's still the same thing as Bike Week, but it's just a different type of people, the environment, the demographics, just different elements to different bike weeks and make them different and make them special and make them like, okay, if I go this bike week, this is what I expect. If I go this bike week, this is what I expect. So I'm going to start with probably one of the most popular ones is Black Bike Week. I really don't like that it's called Black Bike Week because it's just, it just should be Bike Week. There shouldn't be no color or anything like that into it. But, just what the people say, Black Bike Week. So I'm going to give you 3 tips to saving money for Black Bike Week. Now, there's going to be more tips later, but I'm just going to break it down. So I'm going to start with only 3. Okay. So the first way of saving money for Black Bike Week is where you stay. Okay. So one of the things that costs the most money when you go to bike weeks, especially Black Bike Week, is where you're going to stay. Like the hotels, rental properties. I mean, people, condos, all those things, people rent their houses, they jack the prices up. I mean, seriously, you would normally pay at a hotel maybe $70, $80 a night. When you go to Black Bike Week, they push up to like $140, $150 a night. So the best thing to do if you're going to go to Bike Week is get your rooms early. Way early. I mean, literally, like when Bike Week ends, that next day or that next weekend or week or month, because Black Bike Week is in May, I would say June, July, go ahead and reserve your room for next year if you're going to do that. It still be a little bit higher than normally, but it won't be as high as if you were going to go like the month before it kicks off. So I would say, one of the biggest things to do is do that, because, you don't want to end up what's going to, happening if you wait till last minute. The rooms that are available are going to be further away from everything. And if you can find a room that's within the vicinity of what's going on, it's going to be, you're going to be probably paying about $200 a night, probably, most likely $200 to $300 a night. So if I was you, I would go ahead and get your room. I mean, even now, it's still going to be high now, but it will still be cheaper than if you were going to go a month before it happens. So that is one of the biggest things if you want to save money. So the second way of saving money as far as place to stay is do one of those timeshare presentations. I did one year, and I think I only paid like $50 or $60 a night for Bike Week for 4 days. I think I paid like $60 a night, $50 or $60 a night for like 4 nights for Bike Week. Yes, it is really, really cheap. And I had, and the hotel I was at was like right there on the strip. So it was a great location, great room, nice, the nice environment, everything like that. My bike was safe, had security, all that. The only bad thing about it, is you have to do that presentation. So you have to at least block out about 3 maybe 4 hours of your time to go through the whole presentation of timeshare. And if anybody has ever been to a timeshare presentation, I tell you what, it is the most awful thing ever, because you have to literally, you know, you're having fun, you're having a great time, you're out there drinking, partying, riding, dancing, doing all those things, meeting people, greeting people, all those things, and then you got to stop, you know, whenever you schedule your time. So if it's like on a Saturday or a Sunday, you have to stop what you're doing, go to their offices with a bunch of people and sit in a room, and they tell you about their packages, they tell you, you know, what places they have, what you could do with your timeshare, and all these things. And then you have to go to visit one of their, you know, resorts or one of their condos or whatever. You have to actually go there, look at the room, and do a tour of the room, physically do a tour of the room. And then you gotta go back to the office and sit there, and then they give you all these like deals, and they give you all these packages you can buy and tell you where you can go and this, that, and the other. You can do all those things. But then when you're like, no, 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 then they send the big guns. Then they send the closer, the guy that's like, you know, the one that closes all the deals, that, you know, that try to make it even sweeter for you and try to cut the prices down and really try to give it to you, you know, and you have to say no, okay? You have to say no. That was like, I hated to say no, but my pockets definitely said no. You know, like they say, my mind's telling me yes, but my pockets were telling me no. So, you know, you have to know, like, you're going to have to do this. Because if you don't do it and you forget or don't go to their thing, they will charge you full price for the nights you stayed. And you don't want to pay over $1,500 to do that. So it is a pain in the ass to do those things. But is it worth it? Hell yeah. You're going to save about, you know, $1,000 or $500-$600, 4 hours. Okay, if I had to choose to take 4 hours out of my day, out of a 4-day weekend, and pay only $50 a night for a hotel that would normally cost about $200-$300 a night, and I had to spend 4 hours with somebody, and I know I'm gonna say no, I'm gonna do that. You know, now again, some people, you know, they got like that, they can, you know, go get the room. But I'm talking about, you know, like someone like me who doesn't have a lot of money. You know, I try to find ways to make things cheaper for me and easier for me. And by doing that, I'm telling you guys, doing the timeshare thing really, really helps. It really helps a lot. And because, like I said, and also too, they give you vouchers. They give you, you know, food vouchers, like dinner and lunch vouchers. So, you know, and then the hotels that you're at, you know, they got free breakfast. So not only you get free breakfast, and not only do they give you vouchers for lunch and dinner, you know, that's more money you're saving. So, you know, it's kind of a win-win. But again, you have to block out that 4 hours of time of sitting in there at a presentation. So, you know, just look for those kind of things, because they're out there, and, you know, it's worth it. And the third and final, you know, thing on this video about, you know, staying and, you know, saving money and stuff like that is try to find people to room with. That is like one of the biggest things that you can save money on, is if you got a room with like a double, you know, with 2 beds or whatever, you know, it would be really, really, you should do that, you know, because if say a room is only like $300 a night, or say a room is only $200 a night, and you have like 4 people there, so you're only paying $50. Now, yes, it's gonna be cramped. Yes, you won't have any kind of privacy, you know, so that's the downside of sharing a room, that you won't have that, like, you know, breathable space of doing what you want to do because you have other people who stay with you. But I'm like this: if I'm out somewhere, if I'm on vacation, or if I'm out like on bike week, I don't care where I sleep. I can sleep on the floor, because I'm gonna be out there. I'm gonna be out there in the streets, riding, meeting people, hanging out. You know, the only time I really care about, you know, any kind of bed is when I go to sleep. That's it. You know, you can get like I've had times where I've gone somewhere and I brought my air mattress and slept on my air mattress. I'm good. I am good. Give me a corner and an air mattress, I'm good. because I'm going to be out there. You know, I really am not the type of person that wants to have a luxurious hotel and have all these amenities and stuff like that when I'm not going to be there half the time. I'm going to be gone. And the only time I'm going to be there is when I lay my head down. That's what I would do. And again, you should look into sharing rooms with people. Plus, also, it's a good safety thing that you're with other people, because you never know what kind of people are out there or what their intentions are. And, you know, and if you're by yourself, you're most likely could, you know, get robbed or something could happen to you. So it's always good to be in numbers. It's always good to stay with people that you hold each other accountable. So if you're not there or they don't hear from you, they know to look for you. So, you know, there's also that safety reason. But yeah, you know, find people. I mean, join, you know, Facebook, you know, bike week groups and stuff like that. And look for people who want to find a roommate, or you're looking for a roommate, and try to work something out, because at the end of the day, I'm telling you, you will save so much money when you're rooming with people. I've done it, and I've had no issues at all. None, you know, it was me, my wife, and another couple, and it was just fine, and we saved a bunch of money. We had a great time. So, you know, you should do that, guys. So that is my 3 things to save money as far as staying somewhere and things like that. But you know what? I'm gonna give you a bonus one. Another way of saving money on bike weeks is going to a further hotel. Yes, it's going to be inconvenience because you're not right where the action is. You're not like right there on the main strip and things like that. But if you go further out, you know, a few miles, you know, maybe even the next town over, that might, you know, it might take you 30, 40 minutes to get to where everything is at. You can save still a lot of money doing that too. Because since so many people are inside where it's all happening at, the outside, you know, places still want your business, and they still will work deals and you know, and have good rates on their room. So you should also look at, you know, outside, you know, the outside areas, and, you know, looking at their prices, because you might find a good deal, and then, yeah, it's inconvenience. You might have to ride 30 minutes, but hell, what's riding 30 minutes? That's fun right there, just to ride, you know, because I'm gonna tell you what, some of these bike weeks, if you rode 30 minutes, at least ride, but then when you get to where everything is at, you ain't riding. You're pretty much walking your bike for a couple hours. So, you know, you might as well get your riding in on the way to where it's at, and get your ride in on the way out to where you're, you know, back to your hotel. So, you know, that's a bonus thing I just kind of threw in there. So, if there's, you know, guys, if there's any other ideas, leave the comments below on what other ways that people could save money at Bike Week as far as, you know, where they're staying and stuff like that. So, guys, with that, I'm out of here. Got to head to work. Appreciate you watching my channel, and wait till the next tips. You're going to have fun with this, I promise.